In today's video, I'm going to show you the most cost-effective and the quickest way to get leads for your B2B business in 2024. So what I'm going to do is go over two methods where you'll easily be able to find leads that match your ideal client persona on two channels, right? So first channel we're going to go over is a really cost-effective method, cost-effective way of getting leads in at a high volume. The second will be a much more personalized way. But if we go straight into the first method, that's going to be using Apollo.io. So if I share my screen now and go on Apollo, what you can do is you can actually get a free trial on Apollo and test it out for yourself. But what I'd recommend is going for at least the professional plan, which I think is $99 per month. Now Apollo is fantastic because of all the filters that you have. Now Apollo is a big database, big B2B database, and it gets a lot of information off LinkedIn. But what you'll be able to do is search as you would normally on LinkedIn, but go the extra mile, leads that are willing and actively looking for your services. So if we just go straight into it, the example that I'll go through today is a marketing agency looking to work with construction companies. So if I do that, what we can do is go straight to Apollo and search for job titles. What I always do with job titles is always go straight to the key decision maker if we're pitching our services. So that would be a CEO, which you can put in here, maybe a founder, owner, and whatever terms you want. If you want to put director, you can put director. And that will give you a list of all the CEOs, founders, owners, and directors. Okay. What we also want to do is search for specific companies. So we want to be working with construction. So if we put construction in the industries, so as you can see, if you type in construction, we can use the keyword construction. And perfect. So here we've got the CEOs, founders, owners, and directors in construction. What we also want to do is go specific with locations. So for this example, I'm going to do construction companies in the United States. Okay, so you can see we've got a huge amount of leads here that match this criteria. To make this sort of more targeted, what we're also going to do is filter by company size. So let's say we want to be working with companies of a custom range, so a specific size of say 5 to 35 employees. Then we can get all the key decision makers for those. As you can see, we've got 55,000 here, which gives us a really good initial first search result. What we can do from here is go even further, right? So we can actually search for other job postings. So these are companies that have an active job posting for a specific role. You can also look at what's called buying intent. So those are the two things I'm also going to cover. So Apollo is very easy to get to terms with and get to grips with yourself. You can have a play around, but taking it the extra level, which is what I'm going to do with these two filters in a minute, is going to show you how to really get the most out of it. So the first one to do is job postings. So what you do is you type in the role that you want the company to be hiring for. So if it's a marketing manager, then a company, if you type in marketing manager here, the company will be hiring for a marketing manager. You might be wondering why this is so important. So if you're looking to pitch services that either replace a marketing person or an SDR or a business development person, then you can see and look for companies that are hiring for these roles and pitch your service, your software, your solution instead of them hiring another person. So if we go here and let's just look for a project manager, right? So we've got this many companies hiring for a project manager. So we can actually use this in our outreach. So we can say, hey, I saw you're hiring for a project manager. Instead of, spending X amount on another project manager, we've actually got a software. We've got a solution that will help you manage these projects, right? You see all these companies are hiring for a project manager. Now this is very specific search. If you wanted to just get every construction company that's hiring for a project manager, then you could remove the employee filters, you could remove some other filters. But this is a good amount of contacts, okay? So that's one way you can do it. Now, you always want to remember what job title you search for, and I'll do this one job title at a time, not just add loads in, because otherwise there's no clear differentiator. The way Apollo works is you won't get a column for what job title is or what job posting they have open. So you have to manually remember which one you've put in and then use that in your outreach, okay? So that's the first thing to do, is go on job postings. The second method, which I'm going to show you now, is actually called buying intent. So I'm sure everyone's very familiar with the ZoomInfo, and ZoomInfo is quite an expensive tool, and the reason why they say it's so expensive is because they have something that's called intent. third-party intent data, and they can search for companies or people that are specifically hiring or specifically looking for keywords. So for example, if you were a marketing agency, you may want to find companies that are actively searching the keywords marketing or media, right? Now, ZoomInfo is really good at doing that, but what a lot of people don't know is that Apollo could do this as well. So if we go back into Apollo and you go on buying intent, you can actually put specific keywords that these companies will be hiring for, and you know that they're showing intent to use these services. So because we primarily partner with recruitment and staffing agencies, we use staffing and recruitment. So just for this example, I'm going to select all these keywords. If I select high, medium, low, we've got a very small percentage of companies that are searching these keywords, right? So in fact, it's one company, there's multiple contacts at one company, okay? So this company is searching for staffing or recruitment, and we know that. So we can use that in our outreach to go very specifically towards this company and focus our efforts as we have the highest chance of converting them. What you can do is put other topics of interest. So if marketing was one, we could put marketing, right? So there's a lot for marketing and software. Maybe local SEO, right? If you're an SEO agency, and then use that in your outreach if they are searching for that keyword. You say, hey, I saw you were looking for recruitment services or staffing services. We just wanted to reach out. This is exactly what we do, and then go into your offer. It's the same with marketing. It's the same with SEO. Same with software. You can search for companies that are actively looking for these keywords. Now that's an overview of Apollo and how to use Apollo, and the second tool I'm going to be going on to is how to use Clay.com. So Clay, as I mentioned, is much more personalised, you go much more targeted, and it uses a lot of artificial intelligence. So if we were looking for the same example to go for construction companies that may be in need of marketing services, what we can do is we can actually either use local businesses using Google Maps, or we can actually find companies from LinkedIn. So for this example, I'm going to find companies from LinkedIn, but there's loads and loads of different ways you can do this, right? So you can either do local maps or Google Maps for local businesses. You can actually search with Google. You can pull it from various different databases. You can actually hook up Apollo, right? But for this example, I'm just going to go straight into here, and I'm going to put construction. So I'm just going to put construction. There's loads of other different types of construction you can put if you'd like. You can also exclude industries. Once again, you can do company size on LinkedIn. So let's do 11 to 50 employees. And we can do location, which is the United States. And let's preview these companies. So as you can see, we've got over 10,000 search results, and this is going to allow us to import 2,500 companies to a table. So if we just import those, then we can actually go and find even more intent data or information on these specific businesses. So what I'll do from here is we can go new column, add enrichment, and there's loads of different stuff you can do with Clay. You can be playing around with this for hours before you found one that you really like and one that works for you. But for this example, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to find open jobs. So if I go on jobs, find active jobs via LinkedIn, what we do is identify the company by using the company URL. So that would be the LinkedIn URL in this case, and you could search for job title keywords. So these are jobs that you want to be searching for a specific keyword. For this, I'm going to leave it open. I just want to find what job openings they've got at this company, because we may be able to use this in our outreach. So if I save that and run the first 10 rows, you should see, hopefully this is the company profile. This one doesn't look like it's... So what we're actually going to do with Clay instead is actually find the contacts at this company. So we can really easily do this using the LinkedIn URL. So this LinkedIn URL is actually the company URL, but what we're going to do is actually find the people that work at this company. So we're going to go on and add enrichment, and it's called find contacts. So you can just type in find contacts, and what it will do is use the company URL and actually give you back the people based off their job title. So let's say we want to search for owner, founder, CEO, and maybe director also. Then what this tool is actually going to do is go on their LinkedIn page and search for the titles that match this, okay, and it will give us back the results. So if we do that and we save and run the first 10 rows, we'll see if it gives us anything back. Now what this is an iterative process. So you can see that it says no profiles were found. Now The reason for this may be that the LinkedIn page is either outdated or we've got the job title wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to get rid of all of the job title keywords and just see if it returns us anyone back. And what you can go and do is once you've found the contacts at the company, you can go on and enrich their profile, find their email, potentially contact them on LinkedIn. But that's really it from overview, and that's why I recommend Apollo to a lot of people, because Clay seems really advanced and you can do lots of technical things with it, but due to its coverage and its cost, I would advise everyone to go with Apollo. So I hope that's or at least to start with Apollo before you get too involved in Clay and needing to take it to the extra mile. I hope that's helped everyone, been valuable to how actually to find the leads to import into both your LinkedIn, email and potentially other campaigns to win more clients in 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.